these fuckers.
Exactly.
Did you see my
Hello,
post?
everyone. Welcome to T.G.I.F number 18. Not a lot of people in here tonight, but we have, as always, the token black man, True Sherm, and we got my quite literally oldest supporter, Patrick Festa. How y'all doing tonight?
I'm doing good, sir.
Hey? Oh, never mind.
So,
You know,
Patrick, you will not believe what happened to me last Friday. Your pal Down Corner sniped my hangout
Oh,
and
yeah,
started showing
I saw the
porn.
post.
What?
I saw your post about it.
Oh, then you know what happened last Friday.
Was it last Friday? I've been losing
Yep.
track.
oh yeah, it was definitely last Friday.
Did you see mine?
No, I didn't see your post.
Well, I found a video that him and the what do you call it, atheist Sydney were in, and there was Down Corner calling my phone number and posting Patrick's up to something, and what you hear when he calls me now is, we're sorry, the number the party you're trying to reach does not accept phone calls from this number. And I'm like, okay, so I shared that from that time, on, and I posted, that's right, not Kevin. I used his name. That's right. Beth. No, I didn't use Beth Top Guy. Which one did I use? Down Corner. I don't accept phone calls from dickheads like you.
Nice.
I don't know. You didn't. See that? It's on my timeline. I'm sure.
I mean, this has to be something in there against terms of service against this shit. I mean, it's just mind blowing that these fucking people will go this far for whatever fucking reason. It doesn't even matter. To ruin people's fucking lives are to and they really and truthfully they're not doing that. They're just making themselves look like dumbasses. Have you seen these hangouts?
Let's put it this way. I don't know if you know this was happening, but starting with Outbound and Bulldog and Down, I don't know who called me first, but I think Outbound called me first. They found my phone number. I think it was Bulldog who photoshopped my phone number onto my profile picture and dox dropped me basically. So everybody started calling me at all hours of the day and evening. I'm talking 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4. I'm talking a.m., 4 a.m. I had to shut the ringer off in the kitchen so that it doesn't wake up my father. That's how bad it got. Until I finally fucking remembered how to, because Comcast, because I got the telephone through Comcast, until I finally remembered how to block phone numbers. I can change the number, but I can't change the number. If I change the number, I'm gonna set a fucking war in the family.
But you shouldn't have to, because imagine if you got a hold of their phone number, and imagine if you put their fucking phone number out there for the world to view and all that shit. Would they like that much? Because
yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And if I were to do the same thing, they don't. I'm the kind of person that believes that, truly, that two wrongs don't make a right. So I'm not out there searching for Google for their phone numbers.
Right. That's why no one knows about this whole sniping shit. This is why this is something that, according to my sources, happened like 3 weeks ago to someone, and it started with this fucking asshole Down Corner, who, you know what? Honestly, I didn't listen to the whole 8-hour hangouts. That's fucking retarded to sit there and fucking it'd be one thing if their 8-hour hangouts were somewhat entertaining, but there are literally 2-hour gaps in these fucking hangouts where this fucking fat grizzly motherfucker is just laying there asleep. Oh yeah, this is what people want to see.
He's the ringleader, and I never realized. I don't know why I never realized it, but he's the fucking ringleader. Check my Google profile and look for that post.
Yeah, I kid you not. The hangout he had about me, I think for the last 3 hours he was just fucking sleeping. I'm like, dude, really?
Yeah. This is revenge. This is worse.
This is what it goes.
This is your idea of revenge.
They record the hangout, and they start posting, scandalous or even worse yet. Yeah, I'm not good with words tonight.
Don't worry, they're using the dark side of the force on you.
Yeah.
Slanderous things about me or whoever, It's disgusting. And when,
Oh
when I
yeah.
found out that, the atheist guy, Sidney Winston, was following along with them about me, I started to get a little weirded out. So I started blocking everybody. And the last one I blocked was Bulldog, because he's the one that fucking doxed me.
Yeah, it's kind of like The Departed, you know. If Frank suspects that one guy in the crew is a rat, he usually just kills the whole fucking crew and replace everyone with a whole new fucking set of
Yeah.
people. You know, so don't feel bad. Don't feel.
Well, I don't feel bad. I feel stupid for not realizing that Down Corner was the fucking ringleader.
Yeah,
Well,
go ahead.
it's kind of like this tag team championship thing between Outbound and Down Corner, where they I don't know, they have this weird kind of relationship where I don't know.
Outbound is the strangest one. I don't know if he's just playing this way or if he's really this stupid or that thick. Doesn't he get the hint? Doesn't he get the hint? I said, don't call me anymore. But we gotta get you to this hangout. No, you lost me. See ya. Don't call me here again. And then I blocked that number too. Every time they call me from a different person. And then the last one was Down Corner.
That's something I don't understand. It's like Atheist Ranger, for whatever fucking reason, kicked you out of his hangout. It's his fucking hangout. Okay? You don't come into someone else's hangout and then fucking decide.
What Google did was they changed something. So if you go into the outside chat and you click on the hangout, you'll see that you go to the list of people, you see X's by them, by their names.
Right.
Yeah, I would explain that to him. And the funny thing is, true, in the hangout they had about me, where my name is in it, Outbound actually had the balls to say, well, what did he say? He said, well, they can kick us out, but we can't kick them out. No, you can't.
But that's what he does. He changes words around. He puts in whatever he wants. If you say something, he'll change one word. He'll change the inflection, and he'll make it.
That is the stupidest fucking form of logic I've ever heard in my entire fucking life. Imagine you could walk into a Walmart.
He's deliberately doing this to start arguments, to start trouble.
Let him finish, Patrick.
But imagine you could walk into a fucking Walmart, right? And you start cursing out everyone. You start cutting off everyone, and just start doing dumb shit. And then the fucking employees of Walmart decide that they're gonna kick you out. But then you come back with a fucking loaded automatic weapon, and then you kick out all the fucking Walmart employees, and then you proceed to start fucking just, I don't know, playing porn in the fucking electronic department in hopes to fucking getting Walmart a bad mark to say that Walmart did it. No, fucker, you did it. Don't you understand?
What's worse is that they've been after me. They've been calling everybody pedophiles. And I'm trying to teach science and stuff. So I had this one hangout that I ended up in with a couple of teenagers, and they were talking world news, and I was talking to them about Juno, and all of a sudden everybody's eavesdropping on this, and like they're telling me, why are you talking to teenagers, Pat? I says, well, I guess you better not go into Atheist Ranger's hangout because he's a teenager too.
Fuck, I'm not. I'm 25.
Well, no, you're not anymore, but you were when I first met you. But your friend is.
No, I wasn't. I think I was 23 when I met you, Patrick.
Stalin is Brony is anyway.
Oh yeah, true.
Anyway, the point. I was making a joke. I was using you guys as. In other words, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
I have no idea.
But the hangout was called. Down's hangout was called Patrick's. One of them was called Patrick's mental breakdown or some fucking thing. Patrick this. They're making after I blocked them, they're making hangouts with my name on it. It's like they're specifically after me. What the fuck is wrong with these people?
Three or 2 8-hour hangouts, and I think 1 3-hour hangout where they call it the True Sperm. And I'm honestly thinking about putting that on a T-shirt and make me some fucking money. My haters are not going to get one over me. Get the fuck out of here with that. Now, number one, in terms of that whole pedophilia shit. When the fuck did these people become private investigators? I'm curious to this. Like, I'm so sick and tired of this. We're just gonna throw shit out there on the internet and then people automatically believe it. Have people ever underwent the whole process of guilty until proven innocent?
You realize that this is what the problem was. Started long before I even joined Google. that these people have their mob mentality after a lot of people that were never even guilty of this.
Oh well,
And
they're pissed.
Maybe some were, but I don't know.
Oh,
But
they're pissed at me.
when I came in and when I wanted to do my science sign, do you realize that this is what caused me not to be able to do that? 'Cause these people actually caused me not to be able to do that. The trolls that were cloning me, the trolls that were doing this, these are the people that stopped me from being able to do that comfortably.
Don't fucking let them. See that's the problem
You don't
right
understand.
there.
You don't understand. The people I had lined up, the young people I had lined up for the Science Sunday and stuff like that, they all left.
Then fuck those stupid retarded
You understand
assholes.
what I'm saying? The whole thing was knocked down because they threw a fucking axe into the fucking gears.
Then understand what I'm saying. Fuck those stupid retarded people who left because they're stupid for believing a fucking lie.
You don't understand.
You kind of does.
I don't blame the young people for cringing and wondering if it's true. But it really sucks that I'm being slandered like this.
It doesn't matter whether you're being slandered or not. Where the fuck is the evidence? Where's the proof?
I know. That's the point. The thing is that with nobody left to do the Science Sunday thing with, it's done.
Then fuck it. Do it yourself.
No, you don't understand. No, it's not the way it was supposed to work. I was supposed to have panelists and young scientists.
Hey, you know what?
I had young people doing science better than I've ever done.
You know what?
I had one kid doing spectroscopy.
You know what? Stupid young people believe stupid bullshit, and they're gonna go on and do other things.
Okay.
What the fuck else are you gonna do? You're not gonna get those people back. Fuck those people. Move the fuck on.
I'm not blaming
you haven't even lost all your subscribers. You haven't lost any of your fucking subscribers. You haven't lost any viewership. You still have it cracking on your fucking channel. So fuck those people.
Right. I'm not going anywhere. I told them that I'm not going anywhere. But
all right, so then
it is very disconcerting that I had all these people lined up. Some of them were young people to do this show, and it never worked because of this problem.
Well, hey, make it
nothing I can do. I don't blame these people for. Listen, the young people are not stupid. I don't blame them for being careful because it is a dangerous place. Their parents are probably telling them don't do this.
Let him finish, please.
Then make it a Patrick thing.
I'm trying to finish myself here.
I know, but you can't control those people. Those people are going to believe whatever the fuck they're going to believe. You can't control them.
That's not what I'm saying. Let me finish now. What I'm saying is that the people I had lined up left, and I don't blame the parents for telling them not to do this and all that stuff. That's what I'm saying to you. You don't get it. It's not about me necessarily. It's about the fact that the program or the show that I was supposed to do never worked.
No, you're right. You're right. I don't get it because if one thing doesn't fucking work, I'm not going to go, woe is me, this thing didn't work, so I'm going to stop.
I'm not saying woe is me. I'm saying that the people that I had lined up for panelists are gone.
You're not your fucking panelists anymore. Tough shit.
But I don't have anybody else.
Well, you don't have anyone else, Patrick. Guess what? Now you're your own panelist.
No.
Come on. Guys, come on now.
Break it up. Atheist Ranger, explain it to him. Explain to him how the show was supposed to work, because Atheist Ranger was actually one of my panelists. I mean, I didn't lose you.
We were supposed to talk about science on Sundays.
And find people who were interested, especially the young people. And I had this one kid lined up. His name was Matthew. He was doing spectroscopy, and he was supposed to tell us how he does his thing. And these young people that were interested in science left.
Here's all I'm saying. If these young people who are supposed to be brilliant scientists are dumb enough to believe a lie, then that is their fucking prerogative. I don't know what else to say.
I'm not. What I'm trying to tell you is that they're not stupid.
I know they're not stupid.
They're just, a lot of them were, a few of them, I shouldn't say a lot of them, because I only had about four people total, and two of them I think were teenagers. But the thing is that they're young, so they have the absolute obligation to be careful on the internet, and if they heard a rumor about somebody who's trying to start this show, it sucks, and I'm not guilty, but you know what? There's not like a million young people out there interested in science. I managed to find a couple.
Then again, if you can't get those people, then you're gonna have to switch it up. I don't know how else to tell you. You're gonna have to change things up.
I'm not that interesting. I do a few things on my own. I do.
I don't know what else to say.
I'm not that interesting. It would have been really cool.
You honestly are. If you were not, then I wouldn't even be subscribed to you in the first place. So there has to be some sort of interest in you for you to even have as many subscribers as you do. So there is an interest there.
Okay.
You could do something new, or you could
All right,
reinvent
I don't
a
want to get into
show.
the whole thing. Listen, all I'm saying is that this whole beautiful idea of this science show was completely obliterated.
It's obliterated because you allowed these fucking
No, I
trolls
didn't
to
allow
obliterate
anybody to do anything. It was obliterated because I lost my panelists. That's what you don't understand.
Right, okay, guys, okay, break it up. And Patrick,
it. There's nothing to even. I'm not even getting upset about this. This is not my life. I don't allow panelists or trolls or anyone
It was
to
a beautiful
control.
idea for a great show.
I understand that. There's a
Without
lot
the
of beautiful
panelists.
ideas.
The
There's a
whole
lot of
idea of the show was gone.
Well, there's a lot of things I want to do. There's a lot of ideas that I want to work out, but guess what? There's a lot of people who won't work with me. I can't force these people to work with me. If they have some sort of suspicion about me, or if they have some sort of thing that they heard, they have to follow. They have to protect themselves. That's fine. That's fair. But I'm not gonna stop on my fucking dime. I'm not gonna stop on their
I
dime.
didn't stop anything. You still see me promoting the science. It's just that this great idea for a show for people to actually watch on Google disappeared.
Well,
and it was
hey.
because of those scumbags, Down Corner and the rest of them.
You said you didn't stop, so there you go.
I didn't stop, but the whole show, the beautiful idea of the show.
I just said you didn't stop.
Oh God.
Guys, let's move on, shall we?
I'm supposed to be watching the Unseen podcast. I'm not a panelist, but I need to see that.
That's fine.
Let me see if it's on yet. Yes, it looks like it's on. True, I'm not mad at you. I'm just trying to get it through your head that these guys are really bigger scumbags than you think they are. This has been going on. This has been going on.
My hangout. Trust me, we know.
Okay. Listen, I'll come back if you're still on. I'll come back in a little while. I want to listen to this Unseen podcast. I'm not a panelist, but he's got an astronomer guest star on, and I want to listen to this.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, I'll talk to you guys later.
Later. Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
You've got to fill me in with this panelist bullshit. I'm sorry. Can you fill me in? I mean, I'll shut up and listen, but.
Oh no, I just hate it when he fucking snaps on people like that. I mean, I love the old man to death, but just
no, I don't mind. This is what I don't get. Every time someone gets into an argument online, it's like, oh my god, it's not even a fight. I'm trying to get to the mystery of these panelists and these, like, I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. If he's trying to drill something in my head, then I get it. These people said something about you. These people believed it, or they have to protect themselves. Your show is ruined because of it. And apparently you're still doing your thing. You still have your subscribers. I'm trying to understand. Yeah, there's a beautiful idea that's fucked up, that these people fucked up. But my life's not fucked up as a result of I'm not going to allow these people to control me in any shape, form, or fashion, regardless of what idea is ruined. I just replace it with a equally better, or fucking, I don't know. But I'm not going to just fuck these people. I'm not gonna bow down and these people ruin a good idea. Fuck that. I'll get some new people or something else. But I mean, help me understand, Atheist Ranger, because
the only thing I remember from it was that we were supposed to obviously discuss science every Sunday. We were going to discuss a new subject every week. I'm not a science guy. I'm more of a history guy. So, Patrick, I think my role was to discuss the history of whatever science we were discussing. And the only panelist I knew, the only other panelist I knew of was some guy, some 16-year-old named Ipman. Apparently he's a very smart dude. I think he's in like Nadia Yvette Chambers' hangout. But that's all I pretty much knew, and believe it or not, Patrick didn't tell me why. At least back then, he didn't tell me why it had ended. He just told me, hey, I'm not doing it. I'm like, well, okay. Because, believe it or not, he and I had a plan to do back-to-back shows.
Really and truthfully, it should have just been you and him. If that was the case. Like say, for instance, if I'm planning a show with me and Stalinist Brawny, right? And Stalinist Brawny can't do the show, then I'm just going to find a new person to try to do that show. If Stalinist can't do it or something new comes up, that's this business. That's the show business. Shit always is going to come up. And he said his show is still going on. So I don't understand these panelists, but you know what? It's a topic for a different day, and I think it's time to move on. We're beating a dead horse at this point. Patrick, I love you. I love you like a brother. So don't think I'm just confused. I'm a po confused Negro. Pay me no mind. Pay me no mind.
Yeah, this is the story I was discussing earlier with you.
All right.
And yes, it is out of date. I'm sure I'm gonna get shit for that.
It's fine.
But yeah, Muslim dad burns daughter to death for walking home with a boy. Because, you know, that's just so damn evil.
So wait, if you have a Muslim son, is that okay for you to walk home with a girl?
Apparently, yes. From my understanding, because, you know, it's all about the men in Islam.
Well, then why do they send so many of them to war?
I don't know. It is a backwards fucking society.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to just try to get to the depth of this.
There's not much depth to it, man. It's a fucking backwards society in that part of the fucking world that we need to take care of. And here's here's the funny thing. I used to be one of those people who thought it was not the job of my country to fix other people's fucking cultures. But I mean, if you're fucking burning your daughter alive for simply walking home with a boy, all modern countries, as far as I'm concerned, need to fucking do something about this kind of culture, by force if necessary.
Well, I'm more concerned about things like this and like, you know, terrorist acts, because apparently the Middle East is like riddled with that, and it's not really talked about much because, you know, kind of like black on black crime, you know, oh, it's a part of the plan. But as soon as a white cop, you know, kills a black kid, or a, you know, black cop does something to some other person, then it's like, oh, now we could shine a light on something. Now we have something to get people to argue with. And that's kind of what I'm seeing. I'm kind of seeing not only people creating an argument over something that shouldn't be an argument, but I'm seeing more or less of just this blind eye bullshit that's really concerning me. This is happening with like Hillary Clinton. You know, like, oh, we know she's, you know, she stole the election from Bernie Sanders. We know that the leader of the DNC helped her do this, and then we know that she stepped down only to be hired by the Hillary administration. So it's like they blatantly just did this right in front of your fucking face. And that's kind of what's worrisome. It's like they're trying to tell you, oh, you can't talk about this. And that's kind of what's making me want to talk about it more. And I don't know. I mean, what's your opinions on this? Because as far as I'm concerned, it's like,
On the Hillary Clinton thing?
On all this shit, like the shit that they just don't want you to talk about. Like it's so crazy. It's bizarre. Like, this media really controls a lot of what you think and what you say. And I see a lot of people don't say it unless the media says it, because they know it's a safe bet.
Okay, well, as far as the media is concerned, as far as I know, the media only has the mainstream media, I should say, only has a 6% approval rating, which is fucking less than which I think is actually more than fucking Congress. But as far as the rest of that shit, I'll talk about whatever the fuck I want. I don't care what the fucking mainstream media says about it. I saw the recent Drunken Peasants episode where Hillary Clinton supporters were actually pretty much saying that they don't care that Hillary Clinton lied.
Yeah.
They like, wait, what?
That's fucking. I think that's the first time.
The fucking Twilight Zone.
Yeah, I think that's the first time in like fucking American history where people openly admit that they don't care that their president is 100% full of shit. Like they blatantly do not fucking care. Like, I'm pretty sure if you would have asked certain black people, like, do you care if Obama is this whatever, they would have been like, I don't give a fuck. We got a nigga this close. Might as well go ahead and go all the way. So it's like, I think there's more emotion involved in this than actual, let's sit down and think about this shit real quick and let's ask the right questions instead of bickering and fighting with each other over who called who something online, more preferably a cuck.
Yeah, and the
Dickwad.
Hillary Clinton supporters at this point they're just playing the fucking vagina card, which is fucking stupid.
Oh, it's so menacing. Like Twitter is fucking riddled with it. Like it's full of anti-Trump horse shit, and it's full of I'm with her, and it's no real facts or nothing to really back it up. It's just I mean I don't trust either candidate. I've said this before. I don't really care who. I think we're all gonna lose either way. But I mean I don't know.
Oh yeah, I think it was a Fox clip. They asked the whole like her contradicting what the FBI director said, and I think a few of her supporters were saying, "Well, she just misspoke." No, no, she didn't. She was saying shit that was directly contradictory to what the FBI guy said. That's
What
not fucking.
difference does it make?
uh,
It's bizarre. And
yeah.
it's like I'm kind of like with you. Like we live in fucking bizarro land or something. And I'm not the first person to use that term, by the way. I don't want to be a plagiarist in the least bit slightest. But when so many people are saying the same thing, it's kind of apparent that we are living in a fucking strange time, dude. I don't even know how to describe it. Where so many people know like this is the time where people are supposed to revolt. This is the time where people are supposed to stand up. And they virtually just turned the Hillary WikiLeaks into fucking occupied Wall Street in like record time. Like it's unbelievable how quickly they just completely brushed it under the rug. There are people at the DNC who were like Bernie Sanders, burn, and it was getting overlapped by chants of Hillary or some other bullshit. Like it's unbelievable. Like I'm watching the WWE. That's what I'm watching. I'm watching wrestling.
Yeah. The politics in this country are like a fucking circus, man. I enjoyed every fucking year. Just and as far as the revolt is going, I think it's. I never thought I'd say this, but I think the only way to fix this shit is to watch it all burn to the fucking ground, and I hope it does happen. And
I
I
you
say
know
that
what?
proudly.
I couldn't concur. I couldn't agree with you more. I think is a better choice of words because of the fact that I don't think this country is really going to learn on its own. It's definitely not going to learn from these fucking politicians. It's not going to learn from its own mistakes. We live in a country that's more than willing to damage itself and then, look at the next person and fuck over the next person to gain more value or opportunity or status or whatever. We don't really give a fuck about the next person. I mean, you look at the stats, men don't give a fuck about men. You look at the tweets, women don't give a fuck about women. So we really are in a kind of like an anti social civil war thing kind of going on where we're just all fighting each other over something stupid. We have to find it though. And that's what I'm noticing. We have to find it. Oh, look at those black people over there committing crimes. Oh, look at those white people doing crazy things. They're always doing crazy, and it's like, my God, really? It's all white people, huh? So this one white person or these group of white people do something crazy, and it's all white people. Of course, that's how it works.
Yeah, and fun little fact I found out. When it comes to that kind of scenario, more often than not, it is. I'm sorry, I'd say be the fucking line bender here, but it is more often the black people attacking the cops, not the other fucking way around.
Sure. I mean, especially nowadays.
Yeah. And believe it or not, when Black Lives first came out, I actually did support them. But when they start fucking going on rants like, kill cops, find my back, I'm like, okay, goodbye.
Yeah, when those numbers started slowly creeping up, and the numbers started changing, and you see the small minority doing the most of the damage, it's kind of like, fuck, what do you do? Because as a black person, it's like you sit back and you kind of watch. You're already watching your world burn. This is not going to end well for black people, no matter what the fuck happens. And it's kind of like, well, shit, where do I fit in all this? How do I mean, because I'm kind of like you in the beginning. It's like I understand, I see the police brutality, but then when you look at the numbers, it's like, holy fucking dog shit, dude. I don't want to believe this shit. I don't want to believe this. I want to be for black liberation. I want to be for black people supporting each other and coming together to help our communities. But we can't keep looking at the past and blaming the fucking past for what is today. We have to wake up. We have to look at the fucking facts for what they are, and we have to correct the goddamn problem. And that's for all sides. Because I noticed that there's a lot of white people that want to say black on black crime, but two things. Number one, what is your fucking solution? Number two, and you know what? Here's the thing about number one. Here's the thing about number one. There are some white guys who do bring up the fucking problems. They bring up what's causing the problems. And those guys get fucking fired from their jobs. That's a problem. Okay. The second thing is that how on earth are we ever going to fucking solve the issue if we can't even fucking talk about it? Now, I know that's not really the second thing. I kind of lost my train of thought, actually, honestly, because we're live. But just how are we ever going to tackle the real fucking issue? If like, okay, a black person like me, right? We start talking about the real fucking problems in black communities. We get called Uncle Toms, sellouts, spooks, coons. And I'm like, wait a minute, whoa, hold on a second. Those are defined definitions for black people who don't care about black people. I care immensely about black people. And I'm tired of seeing black people killing black people and then turning around and blaming the white man for shit that the white man didn't even fucking do. Especially when you look at the statistics. I mean, me and you looked at them together, right? It's insane. But
Yeah,
yet,
sorry, don't get me wrong. I mean,
go ahead.
Is there some inequality in the justice system? Yes. For example, black juveniles are 18 times more likely to be tried as adults than white juveniles for the exact same crime. I'm sorry, to me that's not equality in the justice system.
And it's the same thing with most drug related cases. It's just that I don't want us to find an excuse. I want us to rather find a solution to the problem. And it's kind of mind-boggling because I see problems from all sides, really. And it really and truthfully, people kind of use these facts in their own biased way. And I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying my damnedest not to do that and allow these people to get me emotional to hate white people for any reason. Because really and truthfully, when I stop and think about it, there are at least 5 niggas who I don't trust. I got to be honest with you. So I really and truthfully, from every race, there's somebody who I just don't trust. I'm like, that's a shady looking character. I don't know if I want to be around that guy. That's just me.
Same thing with us crackers, man. I mean, I don't know how many crackers I met. I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't trust you with a fucking DVD, let alone my life.
It's world class wizard world.
What's up, man? Okay, well, 4th time, let's try again in the story.
Well, world class will get his mic working when he's ready. But okay, this guy burns his daughter. Let's get back to this.
Yeah, I don't know where this place is. Tunisia? I don't know. Somewhere in the Middle East, I guess. Yeah, father in Tunisia was accused of burning his 13-year-old daughter alive, 13-year-old daughter to death, for walking home from school with a boy classmate. The girl, Aya, who was a middle school student, was treated for 9 days in the hospital before she finally succumbed to her 4th-degree burns on June 5th. Therefore, her father was arrested. Her death was the result of honor killing, a murder carried out by immediate family when a relative is perceived to have brought shame upon all members. Yeah.
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you loud and clearly. Welcome to Thank God It Is Friday.
Hey, it's True Sperm. How you doing, buddy?
That's what my enemies call me, baby. That's what my haters call me.
Well, shit, I would consider that a compliment if they were throwing that at me.
I know, another grown man worried about my semen. That's kind of flattering, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. That reminds me of a riddle. What's long and hard and round and full of semen?
I don't know.
A
A
black cock.
submarine.
Oh no! That's right. I should have known because I was in the Navy, of course.
That's
I was
right.
in the Navy, darling. You should have known.
So what are we whining about tonight?
We're talking about this Muslim daughter who was set on fire. Was she set on fire or was she just shot?
No, she was set on fire by
Okay,
her own father.
but she was shot first, right?
No, she was just burnt.
Okay, so she was set on fire, a quote unquote honor killing for walking home with the boy. That's
Yes.
all she did wrong.
Yes, and by the way, true, as I've said before, I'm a man who believes that a picture is worth 1,000 words. So for those of you who don't know what fourth-degree burns are, sorry, this is it.
Oof.
Yeah, this is what a father did to his daughter
Oof.
simply for walking home with a boy. That's not obviously her body, of course, but yeah, this is what a fourth-degree burned body looks like.
Yeah, the skin's completely gone in fourth degree,
Yeah,
and the meat is partially burned as well.
and you
Horrible.
can actually see bones in that condition.
Yeah, yeah, that's truly horrific.
Oh
Yep.
man, now that
Well, you know, they had a case in Korea where I think he's running some kind of restaurant butcher shop, this guy, and he had a 4-year-old daughter that was just aggravating the hell out of him. So he picks her up by her hands and dips her in the deep fryer up to the waist and kills
Jeez.
her. Yeah. So, but you know what they do about that shit in Korea?
what?
They chained his hands up and picked him up and dipped him to the waist in the deep fryer. That's what they do in Korea. They kill you the same way you killed whoever you killed.
So it's the extreme ultimate source of the eye for an eye, I would imagine.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Well,
Oh yeah.
they have kind of like the worst prisons. I think I was watching some show on YouTube where Korea is definitely like if not number one, they're definitely like number 2 or 3. You
Oh
do
yeah.
not.
I'd say North Korea is number one.
Oh man, it's terrible. They purposely like keep you malnutrition so you don't escape. So they keep you tired and they work you and just so you don't escape. Just that's the whole philosophy behind it. And it's like, oh my goodness gracious, like FYI, you just don't want to fuck up in Korea, okay? Just don't fuck up, right?
You know, up until last year in South Korea at least, if a gal committed adultery, they put her in prison for 5 years, and they just repealed that law because too many of them were doing it.
Jeez, the fucking Louise, man.
yeah. I mean, this story kind of hit home for me because I have a sister who's 10 years old. So, yeah, that kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Yeah, the Kim Kardashian of the Middle East. I think I brought this up during the hangout. She was killed by her brother in an honor killing because she poses for magazines. Of course, it's almost as if the Middle East don't have that because they do, but for whatever reason, this woman is dead now because and I thought like Kim Kardashian was like Albanian or something like that. Like she has some sort of Middle East kind of tithe or something like that. I'm not too sure about that, but I don't know. You would think more feminists would say something about what's happening in the Middle East, but I guess not. Fuck 'em.
Oh, no, don't even get me
No,
fucking
they don't
started.
talk about shit that really matters, like in Africa and India. You know, in Africa, rape is a weapon of war. I mean, they gang rape women all the time down there.
Sheesh. Oh yeah, that's right. You guys didn't hear about that? The fucking North Korea declaring war against us because apparently we crossed the fucking demilitarized zone. Like really, do you realize how many times fucking North Korea has declared war? It's almost like the kid on the fucking playground who says, "I'm gonna get my brother to beat you up," and we all know he doesn't have a brother.
Yeah.
It's like it's sad.
I mean, this is honestly news to me, but like, really? Okay. Good luck with
Yeah.
that.
I've said for some time now, we ought to just talk to Beijing and say, hey, you know damn good and well you want it. Why don't you just go ahead and take North Korea,
Just take it.
and we'll be satisfied with South Korea. You keep North Korea, and then the fucking problem will be over.
Seriously, that would end that fucking 70-year civil war bullshit going on.
Yeah, it's just a truce, you know. The war isn't over. The war is still officially on. It's just a truce they have.
Oh yeah, it's still going on. It's not. They still have nukes pointed at each other. It's a ridiculous sight, but hey, you know.
And South Korea has admitted that it has robots patrolling the demilitarized zone, and that if they want to, they can press a button and let them go autonomous. Just kill anything coming south.
Fucking autonomous robots.
That's where we're heading.
Okay, doctor, do you have any audio, or like your mic isn't working, or what's going on?
Yes, please fill us in with this whole sniping bullshit because we would love it.
Mike is being scary. Damn, you handsome son of a bitch! You can't talk. Damn it.
I know that is like the most handsome man on that black and white photo there. Like it's damn near like mesmerizing how good that photo is.
That's really the only problem that I have with the doctor is that whenever he enters my hangout, I'm no longer the most handsome man in the room.
Well, it's certainly not me. See, jeez, I'm the third.
He kind of looks like Earl Flynn's cousin, you know. Of course, I guess that kind of dates me as being an old bastard, doesn't it?
Nah, I mean the doctor's photo looks like maybe Justin Bieber when he's 30.
Justin Bieber if he jumped in the time machine.
Yeah. What I was gonna say something about what you said earlier too about the feminists not doing anything. Don't even get me started on that shit. They rather fucking bitch about what's supposedly going on here.
But the things that they bitch about here are fucking mediocre and unimportant. Like it's like, oh, these men who are not raping us, there could be a chance they could. So, you know, like there was I was watching some YouTube video, and forgive my prowess for watching a ton of YouTube videos on this, but it just pisses me off when I see things like this. But this is a guy who's going to this college, and he can't go into the study lounge because the feminists have literally turned it into a female-only space where it's supposed to be a gender-neutral space. The men said something about it, and of course the females lost their shit. So I guess there really isn't equality. But you know, there's only equality for these feminists. Not even for women, by the way. Feminists don't care about women. I don't understand what women don't get about that. But feminism does not care about women. It doesn't care about men. It doesn't care about anything other than its own agendas.
Oh, I just thought of a fucking awesome idea for my Sunday hangout. I'm going to torture everyone with feminist slam poetry.
No, don't. Don't do that. Why would you do that to everyone? Why?
Because it's fun.
No, it's not.
It's with the pain of 1,000 years.
If you're gonna do that,
Wait. The doctor just said there's something called lesbian feminism.
What? What?
What the fuck is lesbian feminism?
Well, I thought, huh?
You're not a real woman unless you're a lesbo.
What?
Yeah, please, doctor, please give us that link, cause
I got a screenshot.
No, you're a gender trader if you fuck men. You're not a real woman unless you're a lesbo.
You must put the strap-on of destiny on before you put it in my JJ.
The stick of truth.
This is the same group of people who think that just checking out a woman is fucking, you know, you're raping them with your eyes. I'm like, what?
The male glaze.
In what fucking Twilight Zone does that make sense?
Jeez, the fucking wheeze. Lesbian, like they're already trying to say like black is like the Black Lives Matter is tied to SJW, and when you look at the group and you listen to their horse shit, it most certainly is tied to some SJW. Like their arguing tactics are the same. Oh, if you don't like black people, then you must be a racist. It's like, no, maybe I just don't like black people. Maybe because the majority of the black people I fucking associate myself with happen to always steal or fucking rob or fucking bullshit or something. You know,
Well, you're not talking black people. You're talking hood rats. All right.
hood rats, of course. There's a big difference between hood rats and black people. Very good, World Class, for correcting me on that. Big difference between these fucking criminals and regular black folks like myself who are just trying to get by and fucking educate people.
See,
Well,
that's not about race. That's about culture. Okay, culture is what's fucking them up. I mean, any in the old days, in the 30s, if you look at those old movies, all the black folks were wearing suits and trying to look white, trying to be white. They were trying to acculturate into mainstream society, and a bunch of white assholes, I'm sad to say, would not allow them to.
Yeah,
So they
like what
get
you
all pissed off and go create their own culture in defiance of mainstream culture.
Okay, well, apparently we got Wikipedia here. It says lesbian feminism is a cultural movement and critical perspective most influenced in the 1970s and early 80s that encouraged women to direct their energies towards other women rather than men, and often advocate lesbianism as the logical facade of feminism. Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of like you. Like, so what? You
I've
just you
always
just
said they're all silver tongue Lucy's.
ah.
Oh, jeez. Apparently, there's 7 key themes. Emphasis on women's love for one another, separatist organizations, community and ideas that lesbianism is about choice and resistance, idea that the personnel is the political. Well, I don't know what the fuck that means. A rejection of social hierarchy and a critique of male supremacy.
I mean, like, I don't really care what you do with your personal love life. If that's what you want to do, that's what you do. But it's like, basically, what a lot of this shit is, it's like what feminism is doing is trying to turn everything into a fucking gender or to something special. So there's like 27,000 different types of genders now, where there used to just be 2, male and female. Now there's like asexual. Now there are people who believe they're dragons. Now there are people who like squirrel fucking, or something else, or I don't know. Fucking name it. It's become a new whole thing now. Like it's. I don't care, honestly. You do what you do, but hey.
Not for just a there are websites like peonme.com, you know?
Okay, well, bad news for me. Bisexuality is rejected by some lesbian feminists as being reactionary and anti-feminist backlash to lesbian feminism. Okay. What?
I have never heard.
So good.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
It makes no sense at all.
I know. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, apparently through lesbian feminist views vary, there's a specific lesbian feminist canon which rejects transgenders people, transsexuals, and transvestite, posing trans people as, at best, gender dupes. Oh.
So in other words, no penises whatsoever, no strap-ons, no double-headed dildos,
No.
none of that bullshit. Can't have that.
That was fucking comic gold.
Only,
Yes,
only.
you can finger it, you can finger it, or you can lick it. That's it. Finger it or lick it.
Straight fish factory.
After
Go ahead.
reading that, I think I may need a fucking straight jacket.
Just rub your clitorises together, ladies. It's okay.
You know what I would like to try? I would like to try electroshock treatment on some of these bitches and see if they did straighten their ass up. The new way they do it is not at all like the old way. It's not cruel at all. But it's like it does a reset on your mind, man. And you come out,
Oh,
if you're a hateful old bastard, you come out thinking, well, what a wonderful world.
well,
How are
shit.
you?
Well, shit. That sounds like something I need. Is because I'm becoming like more anti this world, so I need a shock just to kind of like become happy again. You know, just so I could feel it. I don't know.
I'm
Well,
getting that young too.
You can do one of two things. You can wait till you're 40 and get electroshock, or you can just smoke up some good weed right now.
Oh, I'm smoking tons of good weed, good sir.
Yeah, I,
Good
I
for
think it gives me
you.
a new fucking planet to live on.
Is
Oh,
my
I'd like
mic
that.
working now?
Yes.
You handsome
thank
son of a
God.
bitch. It's working.
And awesome anime. Your mic is really, really low, dude. I could barely hear you.
Really?
Yeah, that's. I was gonna try to tell you because
better.
I want you to be a part of this, dude. I want you to be a part of this fucking. Are you watching this craziness? Would you believe what the fucking feminist lesbians believe? Can you see this?
Let me fix my microphone.
Hey, have you ever taken a look at Femitheus Divine's bunch? You ever heard of the Femitheus Divine, anybody? No?
No.
No.
What fucking
No.
madness is this?
They also call her Hitler Barbie, okay? Because she's a pretty little blonde bitch. All right? She's a pretty little blonde bitch. I mean, she's good looking, got a nice body. And she's talking that, you know, what we need to do is the women need to just take over the damn world and kill the men back to about 10% of the population. And then when they turn 13, milk them for sperm for the sperm banks, and then castrate them. Oh yeah, she's got a following too. Oh, you laugh because it is fucking funny. But she's got a following, man. She's got thousands of women that agree with her. We got to cut those men back, and we got to get rid of their rapey tendencies by chopping their balls off.
Yes, of course. Because every day I wake up, I just have a tendency to just go out and rape. I can't help myself.
Yeah, let's go rape some
Well,
bitches.
true, to be fair, do you look at women? Do you look at women seductively? Because that's rape.
Yeah, I do actually. I go to the mall and I sit there and I just look menacingly at women all day.
You ever
Just sit to that bench underneath the escalators.
Did you ever put mirrors on the tips of your boots so that you could like stand close to a woman and look up her dress?
Man, I'll tell you this, man. These lesbian feminists, they need to let me inside of there because after I eat them out, they won't be lesbians anymore.
Yeah. Well, on Femitheus' website, a bunch of women came back and commented and said, "You come for my man, I'm gonna claw your fucking eyes out, bitch." I swear the women gave her more hell than the men.
Yeah. It was wild.
Did you hear the good news, atheist? There's good news. Yes, in Sweden, they are just about to pass the male abortion law. The male abortion law. Yes.
It's
What
the
it
punitive
does is-
abortion bill, basically.
Is a what abortion bill?
Punitive.
Yeah, never heard
Basically,
Yeah,
a
the middle-
man has the option, if the woman wants to have the baby, the man doesn't want to have the baby, he has the option to surrender all parental rights, duties, and responsibilities.
Huh.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Up to 3 months into the pregnancy, I think it is.
Yep, he's given the same amount of time that a woman has to choose to have an abortion,
Exactly.
and it is a huge, problematic process and highly debated.
Yeah, they got a huge pissing contest going on over it right now.
But it's equality, right?
What's that?
It's equality, right?
Well, it is. It absolutely is. If a woman can opt out of parenthood, the man should be able to as well. But the people who predict these things are saying that it will, in the end, pass because the feminists in Sweden have pissed the men off so damn bad that they're striking back now.
Yeah, and that's what's going to happen everywhere. It's going to happen. It's a reactionary thing, and that's what I was kind of like placing my concern with Black Lives Matter earlier, because I'm like wondering what the fuck is going to be the black backlash for that. There is no recovery for black people. There's going to be a recovery for like all these crazy ass feminists, but I don't know. That's just one man's interpretation to another. Watch out, niggas. That's all I got to say. Watch out.
Yeah. Yeah, when you become too much of a nuisance to the government, they stomp on you. That's our government's policy.
I'm sorry.
As long as they're not annoying us too much, maybe we leave them alone. But now, they start raising too much hell, we just crush them.
Is somebody whispering something?
Yeah, that was Anime. I don't know what he's doing, but I was just about to go on a little thing here. I've said this before. I've got 5 sisters, and they all wonder why I'm so fucking cynical. Because I see stupid ass shit like this that makes me want to stick my fucking tongue in a damn light socket.
Oh, that's deep. Jeez.
Dude, come on, lesbian feminism, really?
Yeah, that does kind of make you want to stick your dick in a tailpipe and fuck the car.
Take heart, though. Take heart. We now have 2 fully functional artificial wombs in Japan. They actually brought 2 goats to term, full term, and birthed them in an artificial womb. Okay.
So in 7 years' time, you'll be able to knock up your sex robot?
Maybe.
Well, not in 7 years, because they got to shrink it down to size for that, and you don't want your sex robot, ballooning out too damn big. But yeah, this holds open the possibility of having a fully functional woman 2.0 that can not only make you a sandwich and grab you a beer, but can have your baby.
Yeah.
What about bacon?
I know. He said something about a sandwich. That's all I heard. Sandwich, sex robot, artificial womb, and then I thought of heaven and I passed out.
Oh yeah. If you're out and about with her on your arm, you're out and about with her on your arm, and some great big son of a bitch smarts off to you, you can turn to her and say, "Honey, are you going to let him talk to me like that?" Instead of the other way around, have that robot kick his ass.
Yeah, I remember being in fucking some horse track or something like that, and a fight broke out, and my girl was all like mouthing off and shit, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I just looked at her and I just started walking away. She's all like, where are you going? I'm like, where am I going? I'm trying not to get knocked the fuck out. That's what I'm doing. I don't know what you're doing, but you're like, well, aren't you gonna fight for me? Like,
Well.
you that's what you thought?
Oh man.
Yeah, you say, what the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Bitch, if you don't get your ass in the car, you gonna be one black-eyed bruised bitch if you don't get your ass in this car, because I'm not gonna be the one to save you.
Dude, that reminds me of a fucking story. Oh man, there's something similar like that happened to me. I think it was in a in a bar, and that long. Sorry, I'm still fucking laughing at what she said.
I'm sorry.
I lost my train of thought. Yeah. Anyway, this one girl I was seeing, ex-fiance actually. She accidentally ran over this dude's foot in the parking lot, and the dude started fucking cussing her out and was pretty livid. And I was just sitting there in the car. She's like, "You're not gonna say anything?" I'm like, "You ran over his foot. What the fuck you want me to do?" He has a right to be angry. Like, "Why don't you get out of the car?"
Like, Jesus, isn't that kind of like kicking a man when he's down? You already ran over his foot. He's probably gonna have a bad day already. Probably a bad month from a bokeh hemorrhage in his fucking foot. Now all of a sudden you want your boyfriend to get out and beat the shit out of him? That sounds kind of, I don't know, sadistic.
Oh no! It wasn't just a girlfriend. It was my freaking now my ex-fiance. I'm like no. The dude was like was it like you can just tell by looking at this dude. This dude was like a fucking wrestler or something. She actually turned to me and said, "You're not gonna get out of the car?" I'm like, "Did you see him? You guys like fucking Godzilla with arms. No, I'm not gonna get out of the fucking car. You get out of the fucking car."
What the fuck are you supposed to do? Oh my god, like there's some guys, honestly, like I try to play this card like I'm a black man, I ain't intimidated by nobody, motherfucker. But truthfully, there are some white guys who have like these fucking massive Hulk Hogan arms, and I'm like, I would never fight this motherfucker in a million years. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I would have to shoot him.
I think in that situation, I probably would have been his fucking date.
Hey, Doctor, what's this thing you left us here, bud? Let me click on it, actually. Let me stop being a lazy prick.
It's rather topical. It's the 30 seconds into it, the chorus of the song starts, and I think you might enjoy it.
I'll screen share it. But it's not fucking copyrighted.
No. It's Otis Lee Crenshaw. That was at the Montreal Comedy Festival, and so it's pretty well allowed to be shared by anyone.
Okay, good. Let's see what jokes he has.
Just us two ain't much in this world. I would do for you and never man with a knife.
I'm sorry, I jumped ahead. I'm sorry.
You jumped ahead to the chorus.
Yes.
The chorus is 30 seconds in.
Okay, let me see it.
I'm sorry. Oh no. Oh my goodness.
Let me hear it.
This is what I'd say. Anything you want to the girl, just don't hurt me.
Fuck that shit. Just don't hurt me. Fuck that. I ain't taking a bullet for you, bitch. Oh no. Oh man. That poor fucking chick, man.
Yeah, he's retired now. He was a really good comedian. He toured around like the Commonwealth, mostly in the UK though.
Oh my god, I'm fucking sweating over here. The gangster black kids are playing drill music across the street. That's always a good sign. That means I'm going to be able to get some weed from these guys. Oh Jesus, I haven't laughed that fucking hard in a while.
Well, I think I played this one.
It's a laugh that you needed after the shit that happened last week.
Oh
yeah, dude. Oh my God, can we not? You know, Patrick left because of what happened last week. Actually, like I'm hounding him. Like I'll admit, I'm being kind of a dick to Patrick a little bit because I'm trying to figure out what he's talking about. And this outbound, down and out motherfucker, they fucked with his mind pretty bad. They fucked with his whole plan that he had for his thing, and I feel conflicted because I really don't want him to succumb to fear to these fuckers, you know. But you know, to each his own, and yeah, let's just move on from last week. It's just such a fucking terrible thing.
Okay, how would you handle the Muslim problem?
What Muslim problem here?
Yeah, who's talking about Muslims?
There ain't no Muslim problem where I live.
Is there a Muslim problem, or is there just a radical terrorist problem?
Radical terrorist problem.
And quite frankly, I have a problem with their fucking backward ass fucking culture.
Sure, Middle East is pretty damn backward.
Yeah,
It's
it's pretty
mostly just an education problem.
Except
Yeah,
for,
you go to the
you
Middle
got
East, you might as well turn your
Dubai, you
clock
got the
back like
Arab Emirates.
100 years.
Doctor, you seem like you have like real insight on this. Like, what's your situation on the whole?
What about Muslims?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's just I grew up around people of all kinds of faiths, but mostly, like my best friends growing up were Muslims. So like I only ever had good experiences with them.
You actually look
And
like a Muslim.
I've spent a lot of time, going to mosque and shit. The mosque where I live helps with like gay pride events and stuff like that. So my experience and the Muslims around me probably are a bit atypical from what other people are used to.
Well, I figured as much that the whole "oh, all Muslims are trying to kill us" thing is,
No.
I think more or less kind of a right wing thing. And then on the left, the whole terrorism thing gets ignored, and that's like a trigger to the people who are on the right who are like, why are you not talking about that more often? Because, motherfucker, cars in our country kill us more than anything else. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about guns. Let's talk about these issues that are affecting us currently than something more or less that hits home every once in a while. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that extremism is a problem to the utmost, intent. I think it needs to be monitored. It needs to be talked about. But when you have this, media-driven horseshit that says, "Oh, we can't talk about this," or "it's too offensive," or "we could get fired," and it's like, now that's a bunch of bullshit. The news is supposed to be objective, not subjective, not choosing what you talk about, but actually reporting what the fuck the news is. Now, if black people commit a crime, that might offend me, but that's the truth. That's the news. But it's kind of the fault of what our mainstream media has become. People are being ostracized and put at fault for just the truth, reporting what is, reporting what the source is, and that's the overall fucking issue, really, I think. In just my personal world, that we don't talk about the source, so we could go to the source and correct the problem. Because we live in a fucking establishment, a government, that would rather create a problem just so they could get money, to try to correct it or whatever. But it's all bullshit. It's just an illusion to correct the problem. It's just to get you to believe the government's actually here for us, and they're not. They are not.
No, they're not. And as far as the right wing is concerned, I mean, fucking, as far as I'm concerned, the entire state of fucking Kansas is proof that that Republican policies don't fucking work. I kid you not. That like in Kansas, they also I think under budget that they had to cut education back. They cut it back so badly that I think that the Kansas Supreme Court said you can't cut it any further. It will be unconstitutional if you do.
Yeah, well, it's even worse than that because when that governor took over, Kansas actually had a surplus, and he went through it all to the point where they had to start cutting from education.
Jeez.
Exactly. Cutting back so bad that the freaking courts had to step in.
Oh, the Republicans raise hell about fiscal responsibility until they get in power, and then they spend like drunken sailors on opium.
Or Kim Kardashian in a shopping mall.
So, i.e., legalize marijuana in Kansas, I guess. I don't fucking know.
That would solve so many problems.
Yep.
Do you honestly
know that every red state government has a deficit, okay, and a state debt, and they all take more money. They dip into the federal treasury more than the blue states do.
Well, see, that's the problem with California. California is a blue state that really should be a red state because it does the exact. It might as well be a Republican state. I don't understand why it's a blue state. I really don't. It's so confusing to me.
Gerrymandering.
Yeah, it's been the most confusing thing ever since I was a kid trying to understand politics, trying to understand the electoral college and how that shit works. And,
Well,
and
luckily,
like,
there's a video done by the people who do College Humor called "Adam Ruins Everything." He ruined the entire democratic process of America. And he explains what gerrymandering is, so that you could have one party draws the district line, so even if the majority of the people in that state are Republicans, you can draw it such into so many different districts that the Democrats end up winning anyways.
yeah. All you need is the majority of districts, not the majority of people, which is like weird. And it's like now that we know that they're rigging elections, does anyone in this hangout feel that your fucking vote matters anymore?
Oh no. In fact, that's one of. I mean, I know it's impossible, but that'd be one of my fucking ideas to burn it all down. Is that make sure everyone doesn't vote.
Just make Beyonce the queen.
Well, we should have a walkout on an election sometime and just no fun. Everybody refuse to show up.
Well,
And
somebody
say,
suggested that instead of refusing to show up, you just everybody collectively write in somebody.
Yeah.
Like write in Tim who works at McDonald's.
Or write yourself in. Just have everybody write themselves in.
Or that 14-year-old kid who went by the name D's Nuts.
Yeah, vote for
His
that.
running
kid.
mate's name was Anya Face.
Yeah, vote that kid in, man. I much rather have that than Twitchy Hillary, our old flumpy Trump. Seriously, it's like, how the fuck did we get the lesser of two evils? Like, we literally put ourselves in a position where it's almost like choosing between
Freddy Krueger and Jason.
basically shit.
Well,
Like-
that's an
like
easy
fucking-
one. Jason won that fight.
Oh fuck yes.
Like it's like choosing between Sharknado or Transmorphers. Like which piece of shit do you want to go blind to today? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, being a dirty pinko commie leftist, I'm going with the man that President Putin supports, and that's Donald Trump. Damn it!
Yeah, him and his fucking mole on his head.
I was talking to this one guy the other day, and I was calling him a super leftist commie, because he really was, but he was really proud of it. He came back and he said, "Are you kidding? Che Guevara wears my picture on his T-shirt."
That's a bold motherfucker, isn't it?
Oh, by the way, I
Guevara
love.
wasn't a communist.
Oh, by the way, I had the joy of watching Glenn Beck apparently claiming that if Hillary Clinton gets in office, the first thing she's going to do is get rid of the Second Amendment. Love that.
Of course, because she's already going after the first one. You know, it's
Yeah.
like that's one thing I don't like. Look, I'm not judging Hillary Clinton based off of anything other than her proven fucking crimes. But all that other bullshit, like, that's rhetoric. That's the same thing you got with Obama. It's the same thing you got with fucking Bush. Oh, they're gonna get in there and get rid of our this or get rid of. And it's like they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna. They can't do that.
Exactly. I mean, you either two things have to happen in order for that to actually happen. Number one, you would have to create an amendment to cancel the Second Amendment. Well, number two, you need to have a convention of the states. And let's all be honest here, Texas ain't gonna give up shit.
No, they're not. As a matter of fact, they'll go to fucking war, secede from the Union before they'll ever agree to that. So that's not gonna ever happen.
Yeah, as far
Didn't
as
they just have like a mock vote to see like if they could secede not too long ago? And it turns out they didn't even have the numbers for it.
Real votes to secede. They were just losing by a tiny margin. Yeah, because the original agreement when they joined the Union, it specifically states they have the right to leave if they decide they don't like it. But that is held to be canceled by the Civil War when they fought the Union. But you don't need a constitutional convention to change the Constitution. You need an amendment to be approved by the Congress, 2/3 of the Congress, and then 3/4 of the state legislatures have to approve it.
Well,
Uh,
what the fuck is wrong? I remember when Governor Rick Perry was in. Is it Rick Perry, the fuckhead who said we need more religion in school?
Yes,
Yeah,
the
like-
guy who got arrested and charged or something.
Yeah. Love that part.
Oh, I love that part. But it's like it seems like the governors from fucking Texas seem to be cursed. I mean, all of them. Seriously.
I've
Even
never seen an intelligent one yet, and that includes good old Lyndon Baines Johnson.
well, I was getting ready to say Bush too, but yeah, sure.
I have a better idea. Why don't we all start a petition to give Texas back to Mexico?
Oh, they would love that.
They
Well,
sure as fuck would.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
I think that in order to compensate Mexico for all the shit Texas did to them, we ought to just say, okay, Mexicans can be legal residents in Texas. Only Texas. You stray out of Texas, we'll arrest your ass and deport you. But you can live in Texas, that's okay.
Yeah, but you're getting deported back to Texas, so good luck.
Oh yeah.
I like living somewhere where there's actually water.
Yeah, more food.
Well, you know they're going to come after California and Arizona. They're going to swallow that shit up too because that was once, Mexico at one point. So they're going to make some sort of complaint about no, we just don't want only fucking Texas. We want what Mexico used to be. And they're like, all right, well somebody's got to fucking die. Something's got to give. You can't just have California back now, goddammit.
Well, Texas actually fought a war of independence, and they were not a part of the Union when they did that. So as far as I'm concerned, we ain't responsible for a damn thing Texas did. But in 1848, President Polk, P-O-L-K, tried to buy the Southwest from Texas, and they refused. So he arranged a bunch of border incidents, kind of like the Gulf of Tonkin, to get an excuse. And then the United States basically stole New Mexico, Arizona, and California by force from Mexico. We took half their fucking country. So, and we didn't really have any kind of moral justification for it, other than what? Manifest destiny. We were destined to expand from the east to the west.
Which has worked out so well for us,
Yeah.
How many times have we used that throughout history? Like it was destined for us to do this because they weren't using the land right before we got here. Manifest destiny.
Yeah.
I put my fucking flag here, therefore I own it. My flag, my land.
The United States was destined to span from the Atlantic to the Pacific. So don't fight it, fuckers. We offered you money. Damn it. You should have taken the loot. Oh, yeah. But you know what I would do? I really would, seriously. I would declare New Mexico, Arizona, and California, sorry, True, to be, what do they call it, sanctuary states where Mexicans can actually live and work and do all the shit they're doing right now illegally.
Yeah, they kind of already do that, though. Like, you don't even really need to even do that because they're already doing exactly what you said they're doing. And even if that was the case, like if I didn't like it, there's still plenty of weed states for me to go to. Like Illinois, they have a decriminalization on marijuana, and that happened to be the same place where they caught the Obama daughter smoking weed at. I think that's a debate also within itself.
That's why Obama pulled back on dropping marijuana from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3. He backed out on that, did you know?
What, he was getting ready to drop it from Schedule 1?
He was going to support it if the FDA wanted to, but then the little incident happened and he can't appear to be soft on marijuana now.
Oh, so now he has to be hard on marijuana?
Yeah. Because the daughter fucked up, and it'd make him look bad now if he supported it.
Well,
I
how...
gotta tell you, Drew, I expected Obama to be the black half on his second term. The first term, I think he was his white half, okay? And he was polite and trying to avoid, conflict. And I figured in his second term, when he's a lame duck anyway, and he's basically done his thing in politics, now he's going to retire. I figured he would go get real on the motherfuckers and do some, real good for minorities in this country. But I mean, it seems like he's just he's an Oreo cookie, and he hasn't got much guts. I'm sorry, he just doesn't.
Well, that's probably because they showed him the alien in the basement of the White House, and they probably have like the secrets of immortality, and they probably threatened his entire fucking family. So
And now
who
you're
knows?
bound by a higher law.
Exactly. So there's probably some deeper.
Masters from Pleiades.
Whenever it comes to marijuana, it's always a lot harder than whenever it appears. Now, right now we're at the circumference of money. It's all about money. It's not about health. It's not about any of this other bullshit. It's all about money. So it must be something deeper in terms of, Obama's daughter smoking marijuana. I personally thought it was going the other way in terms of that debate, because it's like, oh, look, the president's daughter is smoking something that's perfectly legal for her to do, considering the fact she's 18 and yada, yada, yada. And they're like, oh, well, but she's a public figure. And I'm like, well, I don't know too much about that. Her father, more or less, is a public figure who used to smoke marijuana, by the way. So I don't know. The hypocrisy is really kind of succumbing with me. It's like,
Bush.
Well, I'm pretty sure a couple of presidents you guys had smoked pot, and one of them just did crack. So
yeah, wasn't it Bush?
Yeah,
it was Bush
I forgot
Jr.
about that. Bush did crack in college.
Jesus.
You know damn good and
When
well.
he was a cheerleader.
Bobby Kennedy
and
did
dodging
coke
the draft.
with Marilyn Monroe.
Who did what with Marilyn Monroe?
John and Bobby Kennedy did coke with Marilyn Monroe and fucked her brains out. And when it looked like it was going to get out, Marilyn committed suicide.
Yeah, mysteriously. Almost like Dr. Sebi, mysteriously at the age of, 82 years old, mysteriously dies in the hands of police custody when this man has apparently cured every known disease known to man, including AIDS, HIV, cancer, diabetes, and blindness. This man cured fucking blindness. Okay? And somehow he died in police custody from pneumonia. Okay? Okay.
Yeah.
I have no idea who that is.
You would think that the man who had the cure for fucking AIDS would be national news, but have you even heard of this fucker before?
No.
Nope.
Exactly. That's my point. We should be concentrating on that kind of shit, not Justin Bieber pissing on a fucking plant or Beyonce's concert, but the fucker who cures AIDS and cancer.
By the way, you guys can't return Justin Bieber. That was a one-way ticket.
God damn it.
No, we are returning him.
Are you sure?
Yours problem now.
I bought Justin's monkey from the Germans. The Germans confiscated his monkey when he went over there, and I've got little Dieter right here with me now.
Here's a moral dilemma for you. Justin Bieber and Ted Cruz are both drowning. You only have time to save one. What kind of sandwich do you make instead?
Shit.
Beef. Ham and cheese.
Man, I make a shit sandwich. Fuck it, eat that.
Is it possible for me to bring a picnic? Because that's what I would do in that situation.
Just set up a picnic.
Just live stream the whole thing.
Just set up a picnic right there.
I'm like, God damn, this is a good ass view.
I'd throw in one lifesaver and videotape them fighting over it.
Fuck that. I'll say I'll save the one that can eat the other.
I'm gonna do some amusing here. I think I've played this one before, but it's one of my favorites.
Don't please tell me it's Alex Jones.
Nah.
Oh, okay. Not tonight.
I haven't found any good ones. I've been trying, man.
That's because Alex Jones has been off his game lately. He really has. Ever since that Young Turkey.
My favorite Alex Jones moment is that juice cups are apparently making people gay.
About to go get my cup right now, darling.
No, I think mine was.
Apparently, gay equals British, but okay.
Yeah. I think
Only in my book, really.
Yeah, my favorite was the last T.G.I.F. that I had. He's like, "Oh yeah, your kids are gonna get Michael Jackson. You're gonna be forced to accept it." Like what?
What?
You know, those Scottish boys do wear dresses.
Like
But what
the
is this
microchipping thing. The
Yeah.
microchipping thing was an actual thing that was suggested in the Medicare bill, except it's not what he makes it out to be at all. It's like microchipping for people who have severe kind of illnesses, and you could just do a quick scan of it, or like even a bracelet, so that people could recognize, like, oh, this person has like diabetes, this person has allergies to this or whatever, and it was a voluntary sign up for people. It's like we already have that in Canada. Some people even just have it tattooed on their arms. I have O negative, no allergies, tattooed across my chest. So,
Damn, nice.
It's just the whole fact that it's a misinterpretation from what someone read in the Bible a long time ago. It said nothing about a chip or barcodes or none of that bullshit. It said the mark of the beast. That could be interpreted as anything. And so far, I haven't seen anything where you're succumbing to just one particular thing to have to purchase a lot of shit. So far as I can see, you could purchase whatever you want through multiple means. So I really don't get the whole mark of the. I mean, hopefully he doesn't get to that, because that predestined kind of apocalyptic world sounds fucking menacing within its own right. But I highly doubt it's going to get to that. Even if people are really, really retarded, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, according to the Bible, the mark of the beast is 666. 666.
Well, they try to fucking turn it into like, oh, it's these barcodes, because each long line on each barcode has a 6 or something. So they go, oh, that's the mark of the beast, but clearly that has changed since whenever, fucking barcodes came out, and whatever. It's not 666 for every long line on each barcode. That's fucking ridiculous. Obviously, there's a different code for each barcode, and what I've determined by this time in my life, that I determined that no matter what, creationists or certain particular type of extremists are just going to keep coming out with new shit to just keep up with the times. They're just going to keep up with new ridiculous horse shit that's just going to keep dumbfounding me every time I ask, I don't know, dumb questions, I guess. Because it's like, how the fuck else are they getting away with this horseshit religion craziness? They're playing off of people's fears. They're playing off of people being scared of the afterlife. So, what can you do?
The doctor put up the scriptures in question. Revelation.
It's Revelation 17 through 18 there.
Yeah. Now, what the guys with the barcodes, they're arguing that you're going to have 3 numbers represented by 6 binary bits each, right? And you only need 6 bits to get up to 100 anyway, so 6 bits, you can have binary coded base 10. So 6 bits dash 6 bits dash 6 bits, and that could be a barcode. You could display it that way, and it's still a 666 in a way. And it also says, I believe it says that you either have to have it on your forehead or on the back of your right hand.
Yep.
And they argue the reason you have this choice is because some people don't have a right hand, but if you don't have a head, you don't count, that sort of thing. And the deal is you can't buy or sell anything unless you have the mark. And I'm saying, well, shit. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Like, you honestly believe there's not going to be...
Shit, man.
Like, you honestly believe there's not going to be some sort of fucking barter system? Like, you honestly believe there aren't going to be billions of fucking people who are not going to be tied to this, who are going to operate outside of this system? Like, there's already something like that now. So, I mean, I don't see how that's going to accumulate.
Drug dealers south of the border and in the Caribbean are now using emeralds and other precious gems rather than money, and that's what you get. If you can't use one form of money, you invent another.
Oh, sorry, just real quick. Speaking of drugs, did anyone hear about how The Filipino, I think the Filipino
Yeah,
president is what?
yeah. Before you even, I already heard about
Filipino
them.
Trump, you mean?
No, I was gonna
It's
say the Filipino president is pretty much giving citizens and the police pretty much the right to kill fucking drug dealers.
Well, free range to kill anybody who's suspected of dealing drugs.
Yeah,
are
yeah,
not even suspected of dealing drugs, but using drugs too, which is even more fucked up.
yeah. Using drugs, selling drugs. I'm like, okay, why? What?
Yeah, because that doesn't solve the problem, but it's like a tactic that we already used like fucking 30 years ago that's still not working to this very day. I mean, if they want to, do that and have their fucking people revolt against them, that's their business. No sweat off my testicles. But that's all that's going to fucking happen. Eventually,
You know,
people like people. Go
the
ahead.
Philippines would be a state if they spoke English. Okay, but because they speak Filipino, we just cut them loose. But we owned the Philippines for a long time. It was a United States colony, and we granted them their independence after World War II because we made a deal. Hey, you fight like hell for the United States in World War II, and when we win, we'll cut you loose. But if they spoke English, they'd be the 51st state. Cuba would be a state. So would Puerto Rico. The only reason we haven't done that is the language thing.
Hmm. Well, it's just
I'm pretty
interesting
sure Cuba
because
wouldn't be a state.
We owned Cuba, sir. We took it from Spain.
And yeah, and then there was an imposed dictator, and then there was a huge revolt, and now the Castros are in charge.
After we cut them loose, a dictator rose. And then Castro rose. If we had never cut them loose, but they spoke Spanish, so we couldn't have that shit. We couldn't have a state that spoke Spanish. Plus, they're all beige. They're not the proper shade of
but we
skin
already
tone.
we already do have a state that speaks Spanish. It's called California.
Well, in Arizona and New Mexico as well. I mean,
In
many
Florida.
in Arizona, anything the state government puts out
Well,
is
shit.
English on one side, Spanish on the other.
Well, shit. Go to the Bronx. Like, you don't even need a state. Just go there. You'll get all the fucking Spanish Harlem you need.
Yeah, they're Puerto Ricans.
Puerto Rican Spanish is all the same shit.
Well, I know. I'm just saying it's a
Well,
different.
of course, there are probably some Puerto Ricans who will disagree with me. There's that whole thing where Puerto Ricans don't like Mexicans or some shit like that, but they speak Spanish, so it's like, what the fuck? What is the real difference here?
Hmm.
Puerto Ricans, they speak a richer, fluent, more. You speak Spanish. Stop with the war. I don't fucking know. I'm ignorant. I'm an ignorant American, so what the fuck do I know? But I'm just
Well,
simply
they'll tell you
saying,
they have a different culture. All right.
sure, that's acceptable.
Ah. Well, I think I'm gonna amuse myself by playing this. Then maybe I'll cut it.
Deadpool
I'm
versus
sure.
Puppet Fett epic rap battle.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Yes, sir.
Well, here's my first issue. I barely even know enough about you but you guys honestly think that I would screw this feud up and lose to the dude a huge cootie chewed up? I do damage when I brandish my katanas, man. I'll slice you up then vanish in my ladybug pajamas. You're so sloppy, man, 'cause Sam Jackson killed your clone daddy.
I know the best verse is about to come up.
Your style makes me space sick. Your bars like no pal, cable fucking basic. I'll smack American on the run that lip off until you come and home. You're a death stroke rip off. Right now, you're no good to me, Deadpool. What's that? A missile backpack? I guess you'll be right as a fucking bird attack. Presenting the most overrated character anyone ever saw in Lasagna on your face, but you're worth a lot to me. If I bring you back dead, schizophrenics pay triple, one for each head. Who you calling schizophrenic? You got two different voices. You're like your holiday special, man. Full of bad choices. You think you're Jimmy on the top? I think you couldn't be mild. You should have made the choice to ditch the prick from Van Wild.
Oh, that sucked. Van Wilder jokes.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
Shit, who won?
I gotta give it to Boba Fett just on that line alone.
Shit, I'll give it to Deadpool. He's more animated. But I don't know that. Yeah, you're right. I was getting ready to say that fucking Van Wilder line, man.
No, I think it knows the Deathstroke thing. He's like, "Who you calling a clone? You a Deathstroke ripoff."
Oh yeah, that one too. And also he probably should have thrown some Green Lantern in there. If you would have thrown some Green Lantern jokes in there, I probably would have lost my shit.
He's going to be the next Green Lantern again, too, apparently.
Who?
Ryan Reynolds.
Why?
Because they're giving him... Because basically of how good he did in Deadpool. So it's like, okay, it's not a problem with the actor.
No, that's not... No. No, that's not how that works. Deadpool... Yeah, you're right, Doctor. The Deadpool is a fucking character who's supposed to be that. He's menacing. He has voices in his head. He breaks the fourth wall. He's a fucking psycho. That's Deadpool. Now Ryan Reynolds as fucking Jesus Christ. Yeah, thank you. As Green Lantern, it didn't work. When I was watching the first half of fucking Green Lantern, I was thinking to myself, why is this not Top Gun 3? This should be Top Gun 3.
It's because they tried to make it family friendly, which is pretty well just a mistake for DC nowadays.
But
DC's entire shtick is that it's incredibly dark and just depressing, almost.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate for a movie like...
So that's how they're going with Green Lantern in the next one.
Dark and depressing? Oh, great. I really want to go see that.
Oh, has anyone seen fucking Suicide Squad yet?
It was shit.
Was it? I heard it was good. I was going to go see it tomorrow.
It was like absolute shit.
It was just... So don't go see it otherwise?
Well, don't go see it in like, watch it when it's available for free online if you want to, but don't waste money on it in the theater.
I heard it was good. I mean,
it was terrible.
Like messages on it.
DC tried to make a fun family movie. Like if they had gone the Deadpool route and just made this like over the top humor and just gore, violence, and sex jokes, and what you would expect it to be, instead of it having like an almost PG rating. Yeah.
Oh, it was that bad, huh?
Yeah. Basically, watch the trailer. You've seen all the good bits.
Wow.
That's terrible.
Well, I'm going to cut this, at least the live part. So, as I always do, I'll give you guys a chance to plug yourselves or something else. Wizard, go ahead.
We shut it down? I'm sorry, my attention wandered a moment.
No problem, sir.
Are we saying goodbye for the night?
Yes, you can plug something or yourself.
Well, at least for the live bit. It's goodbye.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to state two things. I hope everybody will get behind my plan to drop pig blood on the radical Muslim. And yes, and please get behind my plan to exterminate about 90%. About 90% of the termites in this world in order to stop the greenhouse effect. Because methane is about 20 times stronger than CO2. So all we have to do is get rid of the termites that fart. And
Which is none of them, but okay.
it's all of them. When they break down wood in their stomach, well, it's not all of them, it's about 90%. When they break down wood in their stomach, one of the byproducts is a lot of methane. That's just the way it works. And their contribution is way more than the human contribution. So, we just take out enough of them, easily done, and problem solved. Doesn't cost a lot at all. And the other thing about terrorism is you give everybody a gun. All right, you give everybody a gun, then some crazy asshole pulls a gun out and starts shooting. He's dead in about 5, 10 seconds. That's what happens in this state where everybody has a gun. So, that's it for me. That's what I'm pushing is kill the termites, drop blood on the terrorists, and give everybody a gun. I think we'd have a much better world.
Okay, Doctor, go ahead.
Well, the Jungle Jargon Dictionary was almost done, but now it's dropped back down to about halfway done because he just keeps giving me more shit to have to translate.
Oh, not that dumb bitch.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
No, I think I'm just going to make it the Creationists Dictionary. But also, I'm working right now on a new channel. We haven't worked out a name yet, but it's dealing with the hidden philosophical undertones in anime. If anyone's interested in that, or if you have suggestions for what anime you'd like to have us dissect and ruin for you.
Okay. You Sherm, go ahead.
Yes, I'm True Sherm. I currently run a YouTube channel by the name of True Sherm. What I do there is I've been switching things up lately. I'm kind of like done with video game things on that channel, and I've opened up a new channel for that stuff called the Shermination Station, which I'm planning on posting some video game stuff tonight. But I basically talk about stuff around the world, hardcore topics, MGTOW stuff, marijuana stuff, feminism stuff, whatever catch my interest. Motherfuckers sniping my hangouts, things like that. And I also plan on launching a new series called True Detective in spite of that, as a matter of fact. Because I feel like I've been doing some detective work on this shit, honestly. Doing research on not only the sniping business, but also these two, I don't even know how to describe them. These two fornicated trolls. That's all I could fucking call them at this point. But I talk about a lot of things. Basically, I would like to believe that I'm a man of the people, that I'm trying to do what I'm doing for some constituents of people to make things better for society. And not only that, but also if I'm in a position where I'm fucking up, please do not hesitate to question my bullshit, to challenge my logic, because that's what all this is about. And I like to try to keep an open forum with as many people as I can, despite the whole business with Outbound and Down Corner. So that's my whole spiel. Sorry for going overboard.
Oh, no problem. I actually want to, before I plug, my own self, I actually want to plug Stalinist Brony because, ladies and gentlemen, he is 5 subs away from 100. And as much as I would like to beat him there, yes, he's just 5 subs away, and as much as I would like to beat him there, he's probably going to beat me. So, ladies and gentlemen, to those who may watch this, please go sub to the Stalinist Brony. Let his little dream come true. As well as sub to me, because I have that same goal of getting over 100. So if you like what you saw here tonight, subscribe to the Atheist Ranger and leave a comment below. Y'all motherfuckers have a good night.
Yeah!